everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making strawberry lemonade. This is the perfect drink to enjoy on a hot summer day. So let's gather up our ingredients and let's get started. A few hours prior to making the lemonade, I sliced a few strawberries. I sliced them into small slices like these. Once I was done slicing, I placed them on a small dish and placed them in the freezer for 2 hours. We also sliced 2 limes in the same way that we did the strawberries. We're also going to freeze them like the strawberries. If you have a freezer that can accommodate a large cookie sheet, I would place them flat on the cookie sheet and freeze them for 1 to 2 hours. Before cutting your lemons, make sure to wash them really good. Now these lemons have been sitting on my shelf for a few days and they were starting to get a little bit old. But even though they look old on the outside, they're still nice and juicy on the inside. We're going to try to get at least 1 cup of lemon juice. We're going to be using 5 lemons to start with. And if we need more, I have a few more on the shelf that we can use. But we're going to start out with these for now. I'm going to be using a lemon squeezer and we're going to squeeze out the lemon juice directly into the measuring cup. I'm using one of these so we don't get any of the seeds into our lemon juice. But if you don't have one of these, that's okay. You can squeeze it out by hand and then just fish out the seeds when you're done. This last lemon that we have is pretty big, so I don't think I'll be able to fit it in there. So we're just going to squeeze it out directly into the squeezer. That way none of the seeds get in there. And once we get it to a size that can fit in there, we're just going to place it in there and squeeze out the rest of the lemon juice. The amount of lemons that you use could vary depending on how big they are and how juicy they are. But it looks like the amount that we used was perfect and we were able to get exactly 1 cup of lemon juice. And now we're going to move on to our strawberries. I saved the tips of the other strawberries that we sliced. I didn't want those going to waste, so we're going to use those as well. But first we're going to wash our strawberries. We're going to use 1 pound of strawberries for the lemonade. And since I'm going to be using the Ninja, I'm going to roughly chop the strawberries. If you're using a regular blender, all you need to do is remove the ends of the strawberries. If you own a Ninja, you know that it's kind of hard to get those whole strawberries in there without having to put your hand in the blender. And I really don't want to do that because those blades are super sharp. We're just going to roughly chop them. And then once we're done, we're going to go ahead and proceed to make our lemonade. We're going to be using a total of 12 cups of water. I have 12 cups in the jar and the additional 2 cups of water in the measuring cup. Now we're just going to add everything into the blender. And I'm only going to add half of the water and I'm going to reserve the other half for later. And for sweetener, I'm going to be using regular sugar. I'm going to use 1.5 cups. You can also use the sugar-free sweetener. I've used Crystal Light in the past, the strawberry flavor, and it turned out amazing. So now that we have everything in there, we're just going to close it up and we're going to blend it for a good 3 to 4 minutes. When it's done, it should look nice and smooth like a smoothie. And now we're just going to add it directly into the jar. We're not going to strain it. And if you still have pieces of strawberry in there, that's okay because then that will just give it more of a natural flavor. This is going to be amazing. Look how nice and pink that looks. I can't wait to get the strawberries and the pieces of lime in there. It's going to look amazing. Once we have everything in there, I'm going to take the remainder of the water that we set aside and we're going to add it to the blender and we're going to shake it around just so we can get the remainder of the fruit residue that remains in there. And then we're just going to add it directly into the pitcher. If it's going to be served at a later time, refrigerate it and add your fruit and your ice when the time comes. Since we're going to be serving it right away, we're going to go ahead and add all the fruit and we're also going to add an additional 4 cups of ice. And once we have our ice in there, we're going to give it a good stir. I'm going to use a ladle to retrieve some of the fruit and then we're going to decorate it with a nice big strawberry. And enjoy! Thank you so much for stopping by today. I had so much fun making this video for you. If you would like to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you another day for another recipe. Thank you so much for watching.